Well, hello. Welcome in, guys. Welcome into episode 3, day 3 of our little 30-day training challenge. If you made it this far, hey, congratulations. 3 days is a lot further than I'm sure some people have made it already, not gonna lie. If you're here and you've been here every day so far, maybe type 3 in the chat below, in the YouTube comments, I mean. We've been streaming all day. We actually just got done with like a 7-hour stream, so there we go. That's why we're talking like that. Anyway, I know you guys are all probably really excited to know what flick we're working with today. You probably know from the title already, but we're working on side flip flicks. I think it's good to kind of think of the flick, not even like with the ball before you really do it, and like it's like, okay, we're going to be doing this motion. So, I mean, if you can't do that motion, this isn't the video for you, but everyone should be able to do that, so you're fine. So basically just throw the ball on top of your car, right? And then side flip. But you might be wondering, hey, but I missed the ball. Well, that's fine. Try and hold, maybe jump a little bit longer, and then flip to the left. There we go. Sometimes you gotta break down your flicks a little bit. Try different things. This one's, again, really basic flick for the advanced users out there. Maybe you can try different variations like drifting through the side flip flick, different things like that. But for our beginners, where we are starting, it might be a little bit difficult. You have to have the ball kind of all the way onto the left of your car here like this. And sometimes you still might flip under it. I personally like to do kind of hold jump a little bit longer than normal. That's how I like to work on this one. And you'll see that sometimes the ball's flying away from me. That time I didn't do it. But when it's flying away from you, generally what's happening is you're hitting jump too quick and the ball's not going to be in that like line of the flick, if that makes sense. So just make sure you're kind of playing around, seeing when it's going off your car, why it's going off your car, why it's not going off your car. Just kind of get used to the timing with this flick here. Like there, that one didn't work, and that one should be pretty obvious. You should be able to see why that didn't work. The ball was like pretty far away from my car when we went for the flick. So if it's too far away from you like that and you don't get a good jump and you're not staying with the ball, it's going to be pretty hard for you to make contact with that side flip flick. So just give it a few tries. This flick, I also, I want to point out really quick and remind you guys, make sure you're practicing your flick from both sides, like from the right like this, and then to the left as well. I know this is a pretty basic mechanic for some of you, but it's still really important to make sure that when you're going for this, you're still going to be able to hit it, whether or not you're on the left side of the pitch or the right side of the pitch and need to flip left or right, you know? You'll see sometimes I even get a really high pop on this. You can do it really low to the ground. You can also do a really high pop. Like you can jump up, kind of delay it, and then do it. So it's just good to kind of like think of these different ways you can use the flick, because you can like fake a jump, and then if they're like challenging you after your fake, you can follow it up. A lot of the time, I kind of like to, when I'm going for this flick, I like to do a turn with it and then go for my flick. That wasn't a really good example. Kind of had to have it more on your back, but get a flick like this. This works well in twos, especially if you're like kind of rotating through the play, like this, and you're rotating out this way. That's what I use it for a lot. Another good thing to practice with when you're doing like flicks and stuff is like sometimes doing like follow-ups like this, you know? Maybe try and get another touch after your flip, after your flick. Like here, you can like practice fake jumps and then just practice your basic shot on the net. Because sometimes you may get it past one guy, right? Especially if you're not doing just 1v1s. You might get it past one guy, and then all of a sudden there's a second guy, or it's going to hit backboard, right? Maybe you need to work on your backboard reads a little bit. This is a good time for this training pack, especially lower ranks, to be working on just kind of reading where the ball's going after your flick. And then also trying to do a follow-up. Don't just keep resetting it. Maybe try and shoot some of these occasionally. You don't need to rush anything. If you're still struggling, anyone can DM me in the Discord, ask in the comments, give me specifics what you're kind of struggling with. But again, today we're just sitting back, we're chilling, we're training, we're just working on little mechanics, one piece at a time. I wouldn't worry too much about it. As long as you're just getting in a little bit of your training, you know, that's what's really important. I'm trying to think of any other like good places to use this flick. I personally like to use it when coming out of offense, just especially if I'm dealing with like ball chasers, I guess, and you think that they're going to challenge you really quick. This is a good flick just to like really quickly get a flick off to like let them know, hey, I might flick you, you know? I might flick you a little bit. I might do a quick little side flip here. And like sometimes it gets a really nice pop too. Might catch some people off guard. But yeah. Maybe, just try it different ways, guys. That's all I can say. It's really good to be, when you're learning a mechanic, or even training a mechanic, just thinking of different ways to use it over and over and over again. And each scenario that you're going for a flick like this, you know, it's good to imagine a defender and have, like, good intent with just the entire time. Because you're just gonna be learning. The more you're imagining shit going on, the more you're imagining some defender. Like, this is a normal shot. You should be able to hit that. Especially if you flick the ball, they go that way, right? They go upfield over here. You might have an open net. So, maybe not only work on the flick, maybe try and work on some follow-ups with the flick. Like here, maybe you need to catch this, right? Get it into the net. But yeah, it should be pretty straightforward flick. I like to have the ball on either like more of the left side or more of the right side when I'm going for this flick. If it's like right on top of your car, like in the center, you might struggle to get a flick because it's right there in the center. You want your car to kind of, I guess, hug up against it. You could probably even try and like add a little air roll here like this and then go for a flick. It's not something I've really tried before, but it's probably viable. Looks like you can tilt your nose too, and then do a side flip flick. Just different ways to implement it, you know? Doesn't hurt to keep on trying different ways, guys. Let's see if I can do this one that I was thinking of, like kind of adding an air roll and then flipping. Yeah, it doesn't really do anything too crazy. I like to do like this. That's the sort of motion when you're like getting a really sharp turn in, like this, and then little flick action. I'm not doing very good. I'm a little tired today. There we go. That was a good side flip flick. But like getting a little turn in like so, and then getting a flick. That's what I like to try and do. I'm not really hitting them very well today. Yeah, that's really simple, really basic. I'd say don't do it too often because people will probably start to catch on. You can definitely fake it, maybe turn it into a wave dash, little things like that. I like to get my flicks out early in game, that way people assume I'm going to be flicking a lot. And then you can start adding in fakes, you know? Jump here, don't have to even go for it. There's all sorts of things you can do, all sorts of good mind games. I mostly do ones, so that's what I'm trying to think of. It works in twos as well. I mean, you'll always have some guy diving in, so flip it past one guy. Now you have a defender here, right? You can 50 him, hit it around, maybe get a center. But yeah, just keep playing around. Hold jump a little bit longer for some of them. Try and get really fast ones if you want. You can even just do like side flips like this when it's about to hit the ground. Just to see, you know, just to see what happens. Like, we can get a little pop here. Just to see what it looks like when we're trying the side flip, but like on contact. If that makes sense, instead of from a dribble like this, we're trying to hit it from maybe like a bounce like this, like where it's like this. Like that's something, keeps you closer to the play as well. I always like to be thinking of different ways I can. I fat fingered my button on accident and hit the ball back over me. But I always like to be thinking of different ways to do this. Hope you guys have been enjoying this series. I'm having fun with it. I need to obviously work on some of my flicks, as you can tell, especially since I'm in 1v1s. I hope this will help me in my 1v1s a lot. If you guys haven't seen that series and you like ones, maybe check it out. I'll put some links below. But yeah, our 10 minutes is just about up. It's been pretty good. And yeah, just work on your flicks. If you have any questions, again, let me know in the comments. A little bit of training each day will get you a little bit better. Hopefully some of you have already started to see a little bit of improvement in your flicks, or maybe you're even challenging yourself to do a little more training, maybe more than one set of like 10 minutes. Maybe you're doing 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. Maybe you're working on something else too. It's just good to remind yourself to get some training in, because I know sometimes we just get in that mindset and we're like, we gotta grind ranked, you know, over and over and over again. We just gotta queue. And you can always take a break from ranked. Work on some mechanics, especially if you're tilted. If you find yourself in a ranked game and you're tilted, maybe you just pop in here. Do a little 10-minute training. Doesn't matter if it's even with flicks. Maybe just do a little bit of training and get back into a game. I notice that helps me a lot when I'm tilting. It's just taking kind of a step away from ranked for a minute, getting that mind reset, and then working on a little mechanic for a sec. Free play is kind of addicting like that. Anyway, if anyone has any other tips for anyone in the comments, do share, do let us know. But this is going to be the episode, guys. Again, thank you so much, guys. Everyone have a great day. Happy training. Good luck, have fun out there, and we'll see you next time.